it's very entitled. It's a very entitled thing. And when you're a handsome man, you don't have to do that because girls will talk to you. They will, right? So you deal with the ones that talk to you. You deal with the ones that will. I've had videos on this before. The ones that will make it clear that can communicate. Because if they're playing games like that in the beginning, right? And I know I have a lot of videos on signs and how to read signs and all this stuff. But even when I talk about like approaching, this is why I don't say just go all in. Like you have regular conversation. You let it be natural. You let her show you that she's interested in you. What up, YouTube? It's your boy Marv Over Matter back with another video. And today what I'm going to talk about is you have to have self-control as a handsome man. You have to have self-control as a handsome man. So what do I mean by that? So me and a friend were at the gym yesterday and we were just having a conversation and talking because there was a little situation that was happening at the gym, right? And the conversation was basically, dudes have really messed up the game because all girls have to do is kind of just be around guys and they'll jump out of their way to go talk to them. Because my friend, he's very, very adamant on like, I'm not talking. If you're interested in me, you have a mouth, you can speak, you can talk to me. And it happens to him enough that he can live like that, right? If he goes out to almost every time he goes out, some girl tries to talk to him either straight out or they'll come up and do the hover and bump, which is what me and him kind of came up with, the hover and bump. Or they come around him and bump into him. Oh, I'm so sorry. Then they'll ask him a question. Or I remember a girl asked him, oh, can you help us open this? Like they'll come up to him and do all that type. Like when we're out, that type of stuff happens to us all the time. So he's very adamant about like, I'm not giving into this. Like it sets a crazy precedent because now like girls do like silly things. And I've talked about some of the signs, right? And I tell guys the signs because I think personally, you can go up and have a conversation. I don't think you should go up and go crazy, right? Go in and go for the kill, right? But if you see signs, okay, then you can play that into your favor. You can naturally talk to her. You can make, make it as natural as possible and then let it kind of blossom from there, right? But he's very like, I'm not talking. Like she's a grown woman. She can talk to me, right? And the reason it kind of came up was because we were at the gym yesterday and these two girls, they were, and you could tell they were on the younger side just because of like what they were doing and how they were doing it, especially one of them in particular. We're doing upper body, me and my boy, we're doing like some back, the rows, we're doing the rows. And so the girls, they were overstretching somewhere, then I guess they must have seen us, so they came out. And then the one that was like more confident, she was like the better looking one, she was more confident. And her friend was kind of like the type that would be intimidated, right? The type that would just like ignore you because they think you're attractive and they don't think that you would be interested in them. So they just kind of ignore you. So her friend was like that, but she was like, confident, like, okay, if they see me, they're going to like me. You could tell that was her mindset. So she kept trying to be seen, right? So she came over right to the machine next to us and was like, hey, should we use this? To her friend. Her friend kind of like felt the vibes because me and my boy kind of looked at each other like, here we go. So I think the friend kind of picked up on that energy or either her natural inclination to like, avoid being around us was like, no, let's not use that. So they end up using a machine that's like in front, like kind of across from us, but still like pretty close. So the girl keeps looking, the confident one, she keeps looking. Her friend is trying to like just stay focused on what she's doing. And me and my boy's like, yo, she needs help, bro. She needs help. She's like, because he gets annoyed when that stuff happens. Because he's like, bro, talk. He's like, talk. Don't just look at me. Don't stand around me. Don't do none of that. If you're not gonna talk, get away from me. That's truly how he feels about the situation. And like I said, he can live like that because it happens to him enough where, he feels like you're no different than this girl that talked to me. You're no different than that girl that talked to me. So you can talk to me if you're that interested. He's dead to the. He says he's like, I'm dead to all the games and all that. He's like, if you're interested, you'll talk. So she's looking, he's getting annoyed, whatever. She moves over then they move over to another machine. They're still looking. He's like, bro, let's get out of here. Like, let's move. So we finish our workout. Then we go to like across the gym. Next thing we know, they come up right next to our bench and they're just standing there like I don't know if they're looking for something or they're pretending they're looking for something, but they're right next to our bench. I had went away to put a weight away, and then I came back, and then they're kind of just standing in my way, and I'm just standing there like thinking that they're gonna move, trying to see what they're gonna do, and then she goes, "Oh, I'm so sorry," and I'm like, "You good?" Continue my workout, whatever. They walk away. My friend is like, "They're dead. They're dying." Right? They're trying. This is their best move. They're trying to get attention. He's like, they're used to guys when they just stand around. Guys are gonna jump on them and be like, "Oh man, I can't. Like, how you doing? What you working on?" Blah, blah, blah. He's like, "This has worked in the past. This is why they're doing this." He's like, "But if they're interested, they'll talk." He's like, "They need to talk." So then they go away, and me at this point, I'm like, maybe this is a coincidence, right? Maybe this is a coincidence because I like strong signs. I like really strong signs. Like he's seen the girl looking a lot. I seen her look a little bit, but like she was kind of standing. And yeah, it was funny that they came next to us. But I'm like, all right, like I try to give the benefit of the doubt because I want strong signs, right? So then they come back after leaving. They come back and they come to the bench right in front of us, and I'm like, okay, they're standing mad close to our bench, and then they're back to back with me, and I'm just like, all right, cool. My friend's like, yo, he's like, this is sad at this point. He's like, this is sad. Like they really just can't talk. This is very sad because he's not interested in them, but he sees what they're doing, and he's like, at least say something. I think it's the entitlement that annoys him about it. Like they feel so entitled that like all they have to do is just exist, and you'll come up and talk to them, and when they're the ones that's interested in you. He's like, you know, if I'm interested in you, all right, cool. Then it's like, okay, I'll be the one that goes up and talks and whatever, or make it happen. But you're the one that's interested in me, and you're trying to get me to talk to you. That doesn't make sense. So they're still in front of us, they're working out, whatever. We finish our workout, we go somewhere else. Then they finally go off away. Then they kind of walk away. He's like, they're defeated after this. He's like, they're defeated. Their best moves didn't work. So now one of them leaves, and then the shyer one, she leaves, and then the bold one, or the more confident one, she's like on the treadmill. And still at this point, I'm talking to him, I'm agreeing with him. I'm like, yeah, I can see that this is what they're doing at this point. Like the fact that they came back, I'm like, yeah, cool. But I'm like, it's not that crazy. I'm like, you know, they're making it seem natural. So now we're doing our last workout, and then we get up and we're going to leave. And this is when I was like, okay, this is really sad. Like this is too much. The girl she sees us leaving, she gets off the treadmill. Before she even gets really settled, she picks her stuff up mad quick, turns, bumps into the machine. Her bag bumps into the machine. Then she's trying to like walk fast so she can get in front of us. And she turns the corner and she kind of like bumps into the wall a little bit, like into the pillar. Like her bag bumps into the pillar, and then she walks in front of us. And I'm like, okay, this is like, I'm joking with my friend. I'm like, this is your last chance. I'm like, this is your last chance. And he's like, bro, this is so sad. He's like, she jumped off the treadmill just to be seen. And the thing is, in all those moments, she could have just said something. She could have just talked. She could have said like something. Not that either one of us was interested, because we weren't. But the fact that she was putting on that type of like display to be seen when she was the one that was interested. It's very entitled. It's a very entitled thing. And when you're a handsome man, you don't have to do that, because girls will talk to you. They will, right? So you deal with the ones that talk to you. You deal with the ones that will, I've had videos on this before, the ones that will make it clear that can communicate. Because if they're playing games like that in the beginning, right? And I know I have a lot of videos on signs and how to read signs and all this stuff, but even when I talk about like approaching, this is why I don't say just go all in. Like you have regular conversation, you let it be natural. You let her show you that she's interested in you, even if you are the one that initiates it, right? Like I'm not against initiating a conversation, right? That's my boy. He's against that. He's like, nah, you talk to me if you feeling me. I'm like, okay, I see you feeling me. If I'm feeling you back, all right, cool. I'll start a conversation. Like, oh, hey, how you doing? What you working on today? Boom. And then I'll walk away, you know, just in and out quick. The next time I see you, oh, hey, what's up? Boom, boom, boom. Like, you know what I'm saying? I'll keep it very casual, very normal, and allow her to show her interest, right? I'll give her that grace. But there's a limit to it, right? You don't want to give too much and what she was doing shows that guys would just jump out of their way to talk to her, to do whatever, and all she has to do is just be there. And you know, to each their own. You know, some guys, that's their style. They see what they like, they're gonna go get it, cool. But when you're handsome, you need to use that as leverage. You kind of cheapen yourself when you're handsome and go up and just give into it, because now she just like, okay, she gets your validation. And once she gets your validation, for a lot of girls, that's all they need. They don't really need you, right? They don't really need you. A lot of times girls might not want to like really get involved with you because they might, like I said before, think you're a player, think you have, you know, a bunch of girls all the time, and they don't, getting your validation would be enough, right? So that's another reason why just, you know, responding immediately to a girl being around you or even giving you signs, unless like I'm big on, I need the eye contact and the smile. The eye contact and the smile, okay, you're engaging at least. Right? You're at least engaging. So to me, that's like, okay, I can come up and talk to you if you want to give eye contact and smile. Or or you know what I'm saying? But if I catch you looking and looking and looking, like, then it's like, okay, cool, you might be shy. But if you're just around and you're pretending like, okay, I'm here, but you don't want to look, or you might look a little bit, but you don't want to engage, right? You don't want to engage. Then it's like, I don't know if you're interested or if you just want validation, right? You really might just want validation if you just come and stand, you know, poke your hip out, do whatever. Then it's like, I don't know if you're not giving me enough to know if you're really interested. But some guys, you know, that's all they need, and they'll go in and they'll give them the validation, and maybe they click, but a lot of times they don't. Like, even when you get like she's standing around you, putting herself in your proximity, like a lot of times that still doesn't lead to anything. And that will be confusing, because those are the times where it's like a choosing signal, but you don't really get anything out of it. Because choosing signal is not a guarantee, right? A choosing signal is not a guarantee. It just means, okay, there's some type of interest, but it could just be that she wants validation. That's really what the choosing signal could be. Like, I'm choosing you to take your validation. So let her do more. If you're handsome, let her do more. Let her say something, let her smile, let her look, let her engage in some type of way to let you know, like, okay, I'm interested. Because they will do that. If they really, really feeling you and they want to engage with you, they'll do that. Because even if they're just looking, like I've said this before, there's a difference between attraction and interest. And even if they're just looking at you, right, but there's no engagement at all, they could just be attracted to you. And their instinct is like making them look at you because, you know, you want to look at things you're attracted to, but then you come up and they don't want to talk to you. They're just like, oh no, I have a boyfriend. Like, you know what I mean? Oh no, I'm talking to somebody. Oh no, I'm this. Oh no, you know, whatever excuse they come up with, because they don't really want anything to come of it. They just see you and think you're attractive. So when you're handsome, let them show you, you know, real interest. Let them smile at you. Let them talk to you. Let them linger eye contact with you, you know, things like that. Those are things that you want to respond to, but you don't want to respond to small little choosing signals, like little weak signals. You don't want to respond to that as a handsome man. It's sort of like takes away a little bit of your leverage, right? The fact that you're responding to something so small, because you're supposed to be equal with her. If she's a good looking girl, you're a good looking guy. You're supposed to be sort of equal, and then maybe she smiles at you, and then you go over as the man. She shows you, I'm going to be receptive to you, and so you go and you engage with her, and she'll be receptive to you. That's the best way. That's how you're going to get the best results. You know, that's how you're going to get the best interactions, is if that's how it happens. All right. So that's the video for today. Like, comment, subscribe. Let me know what y'all think. Drop some more topics in the comment section. I got my coaching calls in the description box, Instagram in the description box. And y'all know what it is. It's Mind Over Matter, Marvel Over Matter. Let's get it.